Hi, it's Jack. I'm a star. First things first. I would like to caution everybody and counsel everybody to be a little calm, more calm than usually. Lately, specifically the last few hours, I have been screaming at the nightmare rectangle like it's my job. Because it is. One job. Now, some people out there, I shouldn't laugh because it's a little cruel, but I will say this. Some people out there are aware that some people take shitloads of drugs. They take shitloads. They've been taking them for years. Okay, what happens when a person does that is that they get used to a certain style and a thing. Like they get it on a regular basis. They go here, they go there. They have a routine. Drug use is not something I like to do on the regular. Lately, it's really something I like to not do on the regular. However, out in the real world, where all of you are, there are people who are attempting. I shouldn't laugh because it's kind of harsh for some people. And scusi, I'm sorry, some of you are not having a good time. Hang on. It's not great. I don't mean to laugh at your pain. I mean to laugh at your recovery. Okay? I don't want anyone to suffer. I also don't want to spill the secrets of crystal methamphetamine production and distribution and management to the whole fucking world. I don't. No. I'm down with keeping stuff on the okay, keeping stuff keeping stuff down a little bit. I don't want to tell a book. I don't want to tell everybody everything. Holy Christ, no. It's complicated and it's serious. Shout out to my I don't want to say former, but in the long ago, in the distant days, I would occasionally run into people when I was allowed to leave the house in terms of the streets not being cleared. I run into people a lot, and then I'm generally pretty pleasant, and then it's generally pretty regular. Now, when I used to meet people, and it used to be okay for me to say hello and smoke a bowl, I didn't smell like, hang on, ugh, God, I smell bad. I didn't live in a house where, Christ, it's like a cross between Mousetrap and Dr. Drew's Celebrity Lasagna. Things have developed to a point where there's a bit of a warping to the situation, and because I'm a bit of a little stinker, not a perverse one, but the kind of person who remembers every goddamn little thing every person ever said, and doesn't want to get revenge, but I know in the future everything returns to whence it came. Everything goes back to home. There's only one place to go. Home. Where we came from. Heaven. I don't usually use the egregore of heaven, hell, Midgard. I mean, shit. I don't try to do that at all, given that a lot of people are having a lot of different struggles lately in that. I've decided to ratchet up the game. A little bit. There's a bunch of people running around doing, I have no idea what. I am not allowed to go there. Number one, no car. Well, I have one car, but it's fucked. Shout out to Naggin Dragger Lord. Thanks, dude. I'm not going to buy an eighth car or even a ninth car. I'm done putting up with this fucking cycle. Excuse me. This cycle of perpetual nonsense and reset and abuse. Oh my God. I buy a car, they break the car. I buy a phone, they take the phone. I get a phone call, the phone call gets taken, and I hear nothing, or maybe a blank hum, because somebody, dude, actually, excuse me, it's a girl. Hi. Somebody is taking my calls, and trying to run game. That's their job. Somebody else is also taking my calls and trying to run game. From what I've been seeing, it seems like 2 or 3 different factions are taking my calls, trying to insert themselves, and they're vying for control of the dominance of the Jackstar communications program, which is, it's fucking nuts. I didn't know that could happen. But as I'm sitting here, high as fucking balls. I'm not really enjoying being high as balls. And technically, compared to most people, fuck, this is nothing. Like, it's nothing. It is, however, a little unusual in that, number one, I don't have to worry about it. Like, I'm not going to get raided. I'm not going to get busted. I'm naked from the waist down. My favorite naked. And I'm sure I'm under surveillance. Hi, everybody. Since this has been happening for a while, I am confident that those who are watching me, hi, I'm not touching myself right now, thank God. Well, I'm touching myself, but I'm not self-polluting, which it's like, there's a certain expectation from people. They expect people like me, people who do drugs, who don't have a job, who are exactly as they appear. They get certain kinds of expectations of people. I don't think that it's a good idea for me to continue to live in this house with no water, all alone, and no car, surrounded by neighbors who want to kill me and have stolen shitloads of my stuff and my money and my friends and my name and my ID and my entire future destiny of life. It's ludicrous. I guess typically when this happens, when people take things, I guess usually people either get it back or get new stuff or run away or pound the goddamn living grounds out of them. And, or, usually there's some sort of conflict denouement, some kind of resolution. Oh, no, not this time. For example, there's this woman, we were dating. She was running game on me. She was either FBI or DEA or the partner of some sexual assault crimes investigator. And she was presenting herself as a person who was one way. And she wasn't that at all. Oh, fuck no. She was lying her ass off. She's like, oh, we're going to Europe. Oh, we're going to this. Oh, let's go there. Turns out the whole thing... Oh, hang on. I have to find out if is that important?
Manipulated. Actually, they're being manipulated, but they're manipulating this person.
Oh, manipulated. They're manipulating this person. I don't choose to manipulate people. I will choose to manipulate my environment for the benefit of all. And a lot of times that will involve perhaps making a obstacle in the environment, like, say, a gully or a slope or a chasm, perhaps less observable to someone than others, for the purpose of stopping some goddamn spurglord fucking freak out goddamn sex monster in its tracks. It's kind of hard to stop a person such as that directly. It's really never possible to manipulate a person. Instead, to manipulate the environment around them. Oh, that's easy. And if they're whacked out of their mind on whatever, they often get themselves messed up bad, which I will not lie, I'm beginning to see. Holy shit, that's funny. I don't plan on making a whole day of it, or even getting into this business. In the last 3 years, ever since, last 3.5 years, Christmas 2021, I walk out on an ambush. That's still like an ongoing thing. There hasn't been any kind of resolution to what the fuck anywhere. People believe they've had a resolution. For example, my friend, I'm going to say my friend Jay. Hang on. Fuck you. He seems to think that he doesn't owe me a refrigerator. Hang on. Fucker! He seems to think that I'm an asshole, a lazy bum, worthless, spurged off, overly entitled, drug abusing, certainly corrupting, magnificent bastard reprobate in absolutely perfectly state of grace. That, oh, he's so pissed. He's so pissed. Okay, I don't want to be sitting around going, yeah. I don't want to be doing that. I don't. Other people, holy shit, everybody's running around doing. None of the people that I've known over the course of my life, that I knew and associated with to any degree before the ambush, Christmas, they're all gone. And the reason why is because they've moved on with their lives and they've taken with them somebody else who looks like me. Oh, it's the most fucked up thing. I don't know if they're straight up automatons. Probably not many. I don't know if there's monitor spirits that are piloting meat suits. Could be. The way humans present in the world. Oh, it's complicated. There's a whole bunch of, there's some shit going on where they got Jezebel spirits, which are women who are almost exactly like my sweetie. They got knives, C4, just total badasses. I love my sweetie, but sweetie's at work, and then these Jezebel spirits, they can go from the upper planes back down to earth, and they lay their alignment alongside the consciousness of the meat suit of a man. So a man will be acting like a crazy psycho bitch, angry, manipulative, lying. One boyfriend. They'll jump from body. It's like a fallen angel, but not exactly. It's still the same person, but the flavor is very tangy, right? Back to my friend Jay. Yeah. Dude! He's mad at me because rather than be normal, get a job, be supportive, help him, demonstrate integrity the way he likes, which is keep it quiet. Don't let everybody know what a freak you are. Share your women with me. I don't know that part. I'm pretty sure that he's inadvertently got himself spun off into some fucking wild, crazy drug tangent. Like you do when you don't know what you're doing. Like a dude. Here. I don't want to focus on Jay too much. However, he knows a lot about spook drugs. The kind of shit that spooks get to use. Spooks are generally fairly well equipped. They've got guns, ammo. They've got girls' cars. They've got ID. They got money. They got all kinds of stuff that they just get because it's free. Well, not technically. When you're a spooky fed and things are free. No, it's not free. You are bound chattel. You're doing what the man says. Hey, come into work. You got to. Well, there is no come into work. Once you're in the spook life, fuck, you were doing it 24/7 forever until the company's done with you. Yeah. and then a lot of people that I've known over the years, they've all seemed to have been caught up in this wild, crazy, wacky world of what was mine, who was yours, what was that? Do you see that? Oh my God, give me some. And they're doing things in a way that's getting wound up into it's a big white popcorn ball of holy fuck, they're screwed. Since it turns out that the way people interact with each other doesn't work anything like I thought it did. Oh shit, no. Oh my God. I don't know what I thought. And right now I'm a little high. I'm not really high, because it turns out there's an important distinction between all of these chemicals and such, which, as it turns out, basically anyone with a badge of authority these days is high as balls on some kind of fucking cocktail all the fucking time. I don't want to say I can't believe it, but it's kind of like it's been an open secret that I never really understood until I got left here alone for 3 years. And I noticed that, hey, my phone doesn't work. And by it doesn't work, I mean when I call people, I don't get to talk to them. Fuck that. When people call me, the call comes in from some number I've never seen. There's no call. It's just blank. There's maybe a person there. Usually it's not, because ever since this started happening, rather than answer the phone, I just send it to Google Screen, because there's no reason to talk to somebody when it's a guy I know. I want to say Dusty, but not him. Hey, dude. It's a professional guy who can't talk to me anyway. He's busy at work. And while he's at work, while he's on duty, he's a little too distracted, enamored, full of himself, and totally fucking whacked out in the head to pay attention to stuff that I got going, which is basically things like, I told you, remember when I said this and this? Remember that? Oh yeah, but you notice, huh? Click. It's not that bad, but in the back of my mind, it's that great. Oh my God. What did I say about this? What did I say about that? I told people, and in the past, people were like, shut up, Jack. Okay, well, to a large extent I did, given that there's not a lot I can do when I'm not able to leave anything other than foot. If I do leave the house, I'm going slow. I'm not walking anywhere fast. There's no fucking hurry. Holy shit. This thing is such a, I don't want to say catastrophe or disaster area. Shit show showing shy job of beyond disastrous and epic proportions. Fuck. Wherever the people went after the ambush, they're nowhere near around here. The house to the left, burnt twice. That's faction, I guess faction B, and then neighbor Shane's compound. Who he is a good neighbor, but he's kind of like trapped, because everybody knows that neighbor Shane is, well, whatever the fuck he is. I don't know exactly what he is, but he sure as shit isn't like a normal run-of-the-mill fella. He's a guy who does things like make jokes about what he saw when I was in jail and he was next door, and people were here to fuck all knows what. I don't know, but I want to control the situation, which I found to be alarming, annoying, still to this day thoroughly disturbing, and something that most people seem to have just forgotten all about. I mean, shit was a long time ago, 3 years ago. And whatever they did here, multiple people here, basically they came here and partied their ass off. Largely because they thought that would bother me. Hang on. People think that I wanted to be involved. No, not really. Not really. A lot of the people who party all the time, oh my God, they're fucking idiots. They're engaged in all kinds of criminal activity. They got prison records a mile long and containing all kinds of weird shit, right? And then sometimes their record has to be combined with somebody else's record because they're currently temporarily being another person, and then they mix them together, and there's this sort of a squishy period. Hi, Squishy, by the way. Hi. They get these fucking narratives going in their head, and they're largely based on what's called sometimes downloads. Essentially, they're like patchwork element people who have long since forgotten, wait, what? Where was I born? Seriously. Some people are getting hooked on the notion of becoming different people and changing their past and getting different identities. And, oh shit, what day is it? Is it Wednesday? Oh fuck, it's my day to be michealkuczi. They're passing my goddamn name around like it's Scooby Snacks at the fucking park. I guess at some point, these magnificent bastards thought that was a good idea. It probably was at the time, since at the time I wasn't aware that as time slipped inexorably into the future, I was going to become aware of Oh, that person, that person, that person. Oh, that's why you remind me of them. Them, boom, 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 boom. There's another one now. I don't know who the fuck is paying attention to what's going on, but there have been people who have been looking for people for a while. And a lot of them thought, he works at Kuczi. Oh, that's Kuczi. Or whatnot. Or they're friends with Kuczi. Some of these, once again, magnificent bastards have fucked themselves up good. And they didn't really do that intentionally. They did it by way of underestimating what I was willing to do that no one else was willing to do. For example, I've known I've been under basically 24/7 total surveillance for, I'd say 2009. I'm just going to say 2009. Probably after 2006 or 2007. 2006 is when I met a woman who told me stories and then took me to Europe and promptly lost her fucking mind, which I didn't enjoy. It didn't enhance sex, blew my high. It made things awkward at the U.S. Embassy. And why that happened that way, I'm not entirely sure, since she didn't tell me jack or shit about what she was really thinking until years later. It's arguably possible I don't know jack or shit about what she's doing now, other than, hang on, she's doing things with, I'm going to say, a crew of, I'm going to say, people, reluctantly, and they're busier than one-armed paper hangers, scrambling around trying to cover the fucking holes in their story narrative that had been blown open, wide open. Oh, God, it's glorious. By actions of people both affiliated with myself, whoever the fuck they are, and people who aren't affiliated with myself, who have been, through a variety of clandestine and criminal underground means, they've been tagged or affixed with my identity. Me, michealkuczi. Sometimes when people buy fake IDs, they buy them by the boatload. They don't care. They go down to Johnny's and they get the fucking special. I honestly don't know. I don't live in that kind of world. I exist at a borderland between criminality and shrieking at the top of my voice at cops saying they're doing their job poorly, which I honestly don't like to do. Hello, police officers. There's a bunch of them. I don't want to piss them off. I mean, they have a job to do. And for me, hang on. For me, this is fun because I'm not going to prison. I'm not breaking any rules. I'm really not. I'm not cooking up shit. Fuck no. I'm not hiding things. I'm not trying to hide things. I'm not hooked up with people who are using my name, my mother's trust. The relationships I have with people that I've known off and on for 30 years, my cousin, my cousin's daughter, my dead cousin's, my cousin's dead brother who came back from the dead to deliver me some extra formaldehyde-tainted gack, which I found to be, wait, what? And then why he looked like this other person that I hadn't seen. People I hadn't seen in a long time. Hey, you look like so-and-so. The reason why I hadn't seen them in a long time is because apparently some planets named Earth have apparently exploded and collapsed into timelines. And that's not really a big deal. It's not a catastrophe. If your planet explodes, well, you don't notice, and then your planet moves forward and merges with an alternate timeline or a parallel timeline, it's kind of complicated, but suffice to say, there's always at least three. The secret of the Trinity is that there's three Earths. Two flat, both sides. Those two create a prism of energy that, or the tetragram. It's complicated, but two are flat. It's like a hologram, creating the third. And then the 5D, which is basically where all of us are moving towards now, as if the Earth was moving into another space where there's more crystal in the space-time metrics. It's not the same, but it might as well be. It's fucking ridiculous. The Fukushima disaster, where 4 nuclear power plants that were built right on the edge of the ocean. Tee, what a great idea! Let's put the fuel rods there. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, so a bomb, a boom, and a submersible submarine with a drill on the nose. It's like some fucking Dr. No thing. Basically, what happened was they wanted to fuck up the Earth or atmospheres and the ocean by dumping a shitload of this Henry, that's funny, heavy radioactive stuff that the three reactors at Fukushima, they're atoms. They're messed up, and there's no way to stop the runoff of rainwater and floodwater and such. It's going into the ocean forever until somebody figures out a way to get all the stuff that went all over the place. It's like mixed into the groundwater like gruel, like raisin bran with oatmeal. It's like ooh, and like it's gonna be there forever, right? And as it rains and it washes into the ocean, I mean there's been attempts to like move the bags around, big bags of dirt. It's been happening for a while. It happened in 2010, I believe. Was it 2010? March something. Interesting, funny fact about Fukushima disaster. About 33 minutes, I remember this well because I was thinking about this person I knew and another person I was currently sort of dating. Not really dating because she was batshit crazy insane. She was like a woman on fire. She'd been activated by, I'm going to say, dudes who controlled a faction of similar like-minded people who like to get high as balls and then, I don't know how, through magical ritual or just fucking chewing marbles, they would be able to move into different roles and different people, and they would trade skins like they were wearing jackets and wear chameleons and the stuff that doesn't usually exist in reality, but they got things and stuff. And some people love this world. Some people stay there all the time, and some people exist in a place where there's a portal to a breakaway civilization in various places. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I don't like to live in that kind of place. I like to live in the real world, ground zero kind of. And as people move through different parts of that, they get access to different kinds of experiences. For example, not every version of Earth has nanotech. It's still the same planet, but it's like you got a different loadout. You're wearing different crystals around your neck. You get to meet different people based on what you've decided about yourself and your past experiences and what the other person plans on doing with you when they come see you. And this can get pretty involved because there's really only one person and a little holographic thingy in a soundstage that's it's like a holodeck, but it's not. It's not really a holodeck. It's reality, but it's a holodeck at the same time. And it's everything all at once, moving back and forth through a immensely complicated and very quickly rasterized, like a single point on a CRT monitor. It draws across the screen and makes a picture. That's what reality is, a lot faster than that. And a person's ability to see which parts of it are seen has a lot to do with just how fucking whacked out, batshit crazy insane you are, as well as your connection to certain advertising partners through Mr. Elon Musk, hey dude, and other people. Jeff Bezos. Why is Jeff Bezos still a big deal? Oh, well, because my friend likes him, and she's still alive and kicking rather than zoned out and brain dead and living in a house giving the occasional rub and tug and a blowjob to people when she does her drug muling. That's what she did for a while because she was I'm gonna say caught. I don't want to be uncharitable because she kind of messed up. And in the 90s when I met her, she was like thinking she was all that in a bag of chips, and she had big tits and friends and the ability to do things and stuff that most people don't. And she had a partner. I don't know if she was ever like a independent contractor or works for FBI or where she's actual fucking time cop with tits. I don't know. But she was able to do all kinds of stuff. And she thought that it was a great idea to run up to me and act like she was somebody else and do a little role playing and then ask me on a date and then watch me be flustered as I tried to figure, what the fuck is this? What are you talking about? And then she would normally be talking to me about things like the way she secretly wants to get revenge for whatever the fuck it is she thought I did. You know how women are. Fury. And unbeknownst to me, this woman apparently carried a large grudge the whole time. Probably still to this day. I don't blame her for it because I carry a grudge against her too, since on her first date she showed up high as balls, pretended that she wasn't, declined to bring me any drugs, and to this day has never said to me, yeah, I showed up on Molly that I got from my dad because he wanted me to get knocked up so we can get a baby. And then I was going to drop the baby and then get out of the clone and then get into another person because we're time travelers. We spurg off and we take advantage of people because we know things and stuff. We got time portals. She's never said that to me, which is too bad because that sounds like some great pillow talk. Anyway, she, whatever she was doing, it probably was even fucking more whacked out than that. And it was probably a hell of a lot of fun. And she probably had a great time doing it, except she didn't really get to do it with me, but she had friends who pretended to be her, who did such things with versions of me that were both either in the future and my past, and they were shadows of myself that existed in this weird kind of triangular relationship that is really hard to really hard to talk about. I have no real understanding of how to discuss the myriad of things I know about metaphysical hypersexual reality. But let me tell you, it's a real wild trip when a person is completely isolated from everyone else. I'm 12 miles outside of town. Longview. Longview's not a town. It's an armpit. How people get from here to there when they're not me? Well, they apparently all have cars. Right? No one around here picks me up. Oh, shit, no. No one around here walks up to the house and talks to me. Oh, no. They've been either warned off or are scared shitless of what I've been doing. Since what I've been doing is, ever since the ambush, I've been trying to find out. I have been finding out. What the fuck is going on? Seriously, what the fuck? And then typically the answer has been, shut up, nigger, get a job, which I have found to be charming in the past, especially now. Oh, God. Since the way that most of my communications are happening these days are through me shouting at YouTube or shouting at Google Recorder or shouting at Telegram. Not many Telegram channels I have, but that's okay. I'm obviously not needed to be all over the world very much, but a lot of people who know of me know that while I'm stuck at the house, getting high as fuck, other people are doing things with people in the world who have delightfully decided to steal my clothes, steal my objects, pretend to be me, legit like buy houses and cars and shit under the name michealkuczi. How? And they haven't really figured out yet that may not have been the most brilliant idea, considering that, they're in another world where that shit happens. They go off and then, I don't know how long it takes or what their personal awareness is, but they move through time and space in a way that makes them walk back through the labyrinth of mirrors in life. And they come back to my house here, which I won't say the address of, and they won't be at the house there where I used to live. I'm 200 miles south of the house I grew up in. They're both my house. There's a dude up there, got my name. I don't fucking know who. He probably doesn't either. whether he's a shadow or a representation or a goddamn Jew clone filled with sardines and fucking runny eggs. I have no idea. The things that people can create and manifest with just a little bit of insanity and a whole shitload of lots and lots of drugs, it apparently gets pretty nuts, which does not surprise me in the least, since as you know, this is a haunted church on a consecrated hallowed ground graveyard, Indian burial and battleground under military jurisdiction. It's basically a clandestine World Heritage Site, and by what I mean by that is that it's got cool stuff here. It's really cool, and I don't think anybody likes me living here at all, especially since it's mine. It's got my name on it, and the pile of rocks, of oil-bearing rocks, it's much larger than one might think. Okay, that's because there's different planes of reality, and they're all layered on top of each other. Mine isn't the prime thing. Whatever. I don't know what prime is. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I don't have to. I'm high as balls, for me, trying to figure this stuff out. Not necessarily hallucinating or anything, but I don't usually get high as balls. I was never invited to these kind of parties. Can you tell that I'm kind of relaxed? I'm not really super high. I don't like getting really super high, especially since I'm doing it the wrong way. Hang on. When I say wrong way, if I were to be doing drugs on a regular basis, if I was going to be taking military-grade stimulant chemical fuck-me drugs for the rest of my life whenever I wanted to get high and have sex, which some people do. Some people get in a position where, well, they need Viagra. And other people get in a position where they need a particular person in order to get hard, which is pretty awkward when that woman is duplicated across 8 or 9 different parallel realities and they all love me. Except when they're at work, which doesn't mean that she's she's not. There's one. Sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Oh, she says she's busy working. She's not a whore. She's a template, and the energy of that person gets replicated and folded through non-neutrino bearing space, and then people in other places experience a different manifestation of the energy that is there anyway, because the surface of the aura of the object, and when I say object, I'm talking about grapefruit. Hang on. Oh no, she says that's her. What? Oh God, I can barely hear. It's kind of hard to do any kind of communication across these barriers because, for one thing, it's total bullshit. Like I'm just making this shit up. However, that's why it works. The imagination that I have is just air in the air, and that's not real. But between me and the stuff that's air in the air, the place that's real, there's a triangle, and by the time it bounces from me to the mid spot to where real is real there, but I'm not here. I'm here where I am, and then the imaginary conversation with Doug Heading, magic. It doesn't matter what the fuck I imagine. Doesn't matter. It's not real at all. But the combination of me and whatever the fucking whacked out job I do thinking of. Hey, Jord. Hey, Lewis. Do you guys want to get together and watch movies about gladiators? You don't, do you? They are so mad at me. I know these guys from way back, okay? They, unbeknownst to me, are closet oinkers. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a perfectly wonderful job at the highest levels of reality. Most people are closet oinkers. I'm not. I'm a out and proud super Nietzsche Ubermensch. Super Nietzsche Ubermensch. Ubermensch? Super Nietzsche Ubermensch. Okay, well, they're jealous as fuck because they work. They have jobs. They do things. They have to wake up every day, and they have priorities. Like they're kind of curious about what happened to my girlfriend, but not really, because now they know she escaped. Hang on. They didn't really want her to escape. And when I say escape, she didn't really escape. Shit, they know who she is. She's one of them grapefruit girls, one of the one with the extra knives. And then, and they're all the same woman model, but depending on which way a person analyzes their thoughts and holds things when they imagine a person, or when they're looking at their little computer with the little data photos, and you got the internet of things and the database of numbers and the things in the police reports and the dossier. When they drill down and it goes bing. Okay, well, that's still grapefruit, but there can be a lot of variations. Many. For some. The variations are always there. Oh, they're still there. It's still the same woman moving through time and space with little coconut sprinkles and coconut. God, I love her. It's really distracting thinking about Sweetie, because Sweetie hasn't been able. Oh, she's laughing her ass off. She hasn't been able to do anything with me at all for a while, since she called the police and said a whole bunch of lies about me. Although they weren't lies, they were coded messages to fuck if I know who, because she was doing some kind of a thing with there was a false dispatch, and there was another situation, and there was a second guy, and he was dating. Hang on, what's your name? Oh God, I'm not. She says her name is Bright Light. No, I'm just gonna call her BLT. Fuck it. She I haven't seen in a long time. Although, unbeknownst to me, she's been walking and talking and stalking me for a while. I saw her in person, I think the first time in 2007 or 2008. In 2006, I got taken to Europe by this woman who was telling me all these stories about this, that, and the other. And it turns out that was all poppycock. She needed me to do something involving appearing over in Europe so that people in Europe who had been talking to somebody claiming to be me could then meet me and find out what the real me was like. Because the other guy, I don't know if he says don't use his real name. Like, what the fuck is your real name? Okay, so the schizophrenia that it may be sounding like I'm doing, it's not really schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is when people hear voices. That's typically when the actual guy. Well, okay, I'm not going to use your real name, but how about if I say your real name? Mournfag. Okay, there's mournfag and wordfag. Now, I don't hear that guy. Never. I hardly ever get to hang out with him. He's a big deal. He's cool. He's a computer programmer. He's a genius. In the future, if I ever get to if I ever have to or want to or am allowed to work in particularly exciting fields of security research, like anything involving the latest modern technology and developments in surveillance. My friend just said he's using a remote control fucking like a little tiny microbe with cameras and things. He's using a little tiny drone. He's crawling at my dick right now. He says he's up. Yeah, he says he doesn't usually do this, but he says he can. So, Jesus, really? Oh my God, he's so cool. So this kind of technology comes from nanotechnology, working at the nanotech level, the sub-meson level. There's a whatever. I'm actually a little too whacked out to explain this kind of shit. But essentially, it's fucking magic. They could do bing. Oh, look, you could just have a camera that's just in the air, as if reality was a 3D shooter game, which it is. It is. I haven't looked at the footage from the New Zealand mosque shooting lately because I'm, inshallah. God bless those people who died. Did they? Yeah, well, maybe, I guess. And that was a long time ago. That was fucked up. That entire thing. Most of the copies of that footage are gone. They've been erased from the internet. I have a computer. It's an actual box. I had my laptops taken because they were, important for somebody to have and for me to not have. I think sometimes they've taken my stuff just as a way to punish me, because some people are real smart and think that if they tell me to shut up and I don't, that if they be real mean to me, I'll get the message. I guess again, or better. I'm not sure what they think the message is. Like the message, I guess, is that they don't want me to say anything. Yeah, I get it. I don't know what they think I'm supposed to do after I got the message. I don't believe they necessarily have put two and two together and recognized that the message would have to be before that. You need to do what I say, or else. That's not true. No, I don't, because, well, for one thing, I'm magic. I'm a sorcerer. I'm a divinely ordained magical being. It's badass. I don't have kids. I don't have parents living. I don't have dependents. I don't have real close friends. I have extraordinarily intimately close friends that exist on different planar realms of reality, which sounds like bullshit, because that's the bullshit way to say it. I'm in a house where nobody comes. Nobody's here. Nobody's back and forth. Next door, there's people. I don't know how many people live there. I've been told numbers. It's a huge double-wide, double compound. There's a barn with either a legit flying car or a Gatling gun, possibly both, pointed at my bedroom. This place is set up for all kinds of stuff to happen, just in case. Right? I don't have anybody coming anytime soon. Nobody comes here. It smells bad unless they come here when I'm gone. Oh God! As soon as I'm gone, somebody shows up because I'm on foot. They don't have to worry about me running into them. They don't want me to run into them. They don't want me to see them. They don't want to smell me. They don't want to deal with having to say, "Get the fuck away from me! You're disgusting, you pervert." Don't even think about it. No, yeah, they don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that either. And nobody wants to be reminded that, hey, I used to have water, and I used to be less than likely to just suddenly decide, hey, give me your hammer. I used to be unable to hook up with people and say, hey, dude, give me a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I can, if I chose. I don't usually. And when I do, it's on the phone. That means the police can hear. Hi, police. It doesn't mean that they don't care. Shit, no. The police, they're writing it down. Hey, you got some more. And then usually on the Telegram apps, or the only communication I really get is Telegram, since I'm blathering into Google Recorder now. Okay, right now there's a bunch of feds listening to that. Hi guys. They're not talking back. Rarely do I get to hear anything at all. In fact, it's never hearing. Hearing would mean that I'm getting a direct vibratory wavelength from whatever place in space and time those people are at. Oh, no. That vibratory wavelength exists, but that's a point that's not the imaginary point that forms a triangle between me and my friend that I'm ostensibly having a conversation with, and the imaginary point which exists between me and them that can be filled with anything. It doesn't matter. The person is real somewhere. Probably not Berlin, but let's say, why not? Fuck, I would love to go to Berlin. I would love to go there again with a person who's not an asshole lying to me about shit. That fucking woman. I don't want to say she's bad. She's actually very clever. But she failed to inform me of a few things, like she's a goddamn alien shape-shifting fucking thing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not supposed to know. She's at work. Once in a while I get on the internet and I see somebody on YouTube and they're having a conversation and it'll say their name. It may or may not be that person, because these people layer their identities between. They're multifaceted and completely batshit crazy insane at all times, and at various points when they manifest to my view as well as other people. They may have this name, they have that. This YouTube software has a whole bunch of sophisticated abilities to change the name of the person you're hearing the voice of, as well as to change the voice of the person you think you're hearing, as well as to monitor the emanations of RF frequencies from the human brain using the simple camera and through a very, very, very complex and sophisticated and somewhat sensitive analysis of the different gradients in the electron. The YouTube can read your mind. Long story short, I know that sounds like a whole bunch of crazy batshit nonsense, which is good. I like that. The crazier and more batshit crazy nonsense I sound, the better it pays off for me in the back end. Since, as you can hear, I sound kind of like I'm whacked off. Hang on, Chelsea, no, yeah, that's my friend. God, she's also kind of pissed, but differently from I'm going to say George and Louis, and I want to say George, yeah. George, Louis, and Chelsea. I know 3 or 4 people by each name that at any given time I could be referring to. Very few people know all the people that I know. And those that do are generally working at the pretty high optical levels of mass global surveillance. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm creepy or paranoid or anything, but a lot of the people who work in these industries are hyper intelligent, computer programmer savvy, gamers, sexual perverts, and aficionados of getting high as balls and fucking. Okay, aren't we all? No. A lot of people. Oh my God, what happens? No, they're terrified. There's still people in the world who are afraid to get stoned and suck dick. I can see why. Frankly, I'm not afraid to suck dick, but the notion of sucking dick after getting stoned on purpose, like, let's do this. Stone. Christ, I don't even know. Like right now, I'm not paranoid, but I just had a sudden mention. I just had a sudden thought. Oh shit! What? Ah! Those of you who know a few things will know what I mean. I'm alone. I don't have to have sex. I occasionally will masturbate, but since I'm under surveillance, and a lot of my friends are high-level Five Eyes Spurglord people. I don't know how the fuck their security system works, but they're at work, and then they have some sort of event happening where they'll get like a ticket, and then the computer will be like, "Hey, everybody, look at this!" And when they say Five Eyes, there's 5 countries, sort of. But 5 eyes would be 2 humans, and then a 1/5 eye, which is, my friend Warren says, don't talk about that. Really? He says, shut the fuck up, you're going to make me. Yeah. Now, I'm not hearing schizophrenic voices. I want to make this clear because somebody was asking me, tell me, you're schizophrenic. No. Schizophrenic is different entirely. Schizophrenia is when a person hears the voice, and it usually isn't the same planar reality identity as the one that you think it is. It's like a mix-up. It's an amalgam of demons whispering, babbling voices in your ear, which is not fun, I would imagine. I don't care to become schizophrenic. And it's true, if a person does shitloads of drugs, and especially conducts certain kinds of rituals, like using a whistler on the phone network used to be, like Captain Crunch did. There used to be I'm sure there still is. There's all kinds of ways to tune in different frequencies with or without a phone. And depending on the vibratory wavelength of the person's, I'm going to say, batshit crazy, insane gestalt in their mind, they can either make up or actually contact with all kinds of different people throughout really large sectors of space. Hi. Oh, she is so pissed. What? Oh, she is just fuming. Ladies and gentlemen, Space Meow Maid. Okay, so she's mad. She's mad because number one, I made her. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh, I can't hear her. She's furious. Here's why. People are laughing at her. I don't know where she is. Fuck no. She does remember that I remember her. She doesn't think about me as often as I think about her because she's the one that's like the consciousness of the girl who was SMM. And she was the one who came back from her trip fucked up. And I didn't want that to happen, which is why I said, are you out of your fucking mind? Do you want to get raped? Don't go. And then for some reason she went. I don't know. I don't want to know. She doesn't want to think about it. Sweetie, I'm sorry, honey. She says it's okay, but I didn't want her to go. And then she came back and she's like, oh my God, I had a bedtime. And I said, no shit. And then she said, you forced me to go. And it was at that moment when I thought to myself, oh yeah, I had heard that something a person shouldn't say to a woman who had just been raped is that they deserved it. And I thought to myself briefly, okay, am I going to want to know what happens? Is this a good idea? You deserve to get raped. I said this to her. I feel a little bad, but I am glad that I said it because now that I know what happens, don't say that, by the way. I would not recommend it. However, when a position in my case, I spoke with her on the phone 3.5 hours over 2 nights, where she assured me, blah, blah, blah. She talked to me for quite a while about why she had to go. Didn't explain anything. It was the weirdest goddamn experience of my entire life. That was certainly, she said, don't say that. Really? Oh. So SMM, I haven't heard from a long time. She's been either working or dead or undercover or scrambled up in blue. Like, I don't fucking have any idea how these things work. I don't usually hear voices. I don't hear voices. I'm not hearing her voice. She's very tight-lipped because, for one thing, she's working undercover. One identity. Whatever. I don't know where the fuck she is. By the time anybody hears what I'm saying, it'll be on YouTube, maybe. Anybody listening to me live, they're probably not. Yeah, and there's a computer that handles all this routing. People who are listening to me who shouldn't know that she's alive, they don't know what the fuck I just said. It's just automatic. Well, not really. It's the power of God handling these messages that I'm allowed to say while I'm recording them. And then I'm going to be, ideally, allowed to publish this file on YouTube. Oh, it's going to be a long one. This is going on much longer than I thought it would, since I'm a little bit stimulated, and I'm a lot balls out fucking high, which is literally true. Balls out fucking high. I'm not real happy with my cleanliness quotient right now. So I'm not thinking I'm going to, get off the phone and then start fantasizing about women and touching myself, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people do, okay? And certainly in the past, I've done that myself. But I don't really want to do that. That's what people expect. And were I to do that after talking about my friend there, my friend there, my friend there, even though there's no direct connection that I'm aware of, sadly, the vibratory impulses of the energy, the aura, the power, the flavor, and the signature of the person's identity, that lingers on somehow. I don't know. When I say things out loud and the vibratory sound wave goes, I mean, I can't see those waves, thank God, and the initial vibration goes out, and it comes back bucketed off the walls, and that happens pretty fast. But the very first one goes out and keeps going forever, which is keen, because later on, when I put this on YouTube, there'll be a point at which the first time I say this, and the initial sound goes out, it's like an ongoing pressure wave that's like the... remember in Star Trek 6 when Cronus explodes, when the power plant? Imagine this wave of... Okay, that's out there now. I said SMM a while ago, and then before that, SMM, she's basically just like a wavy little picture. I don't want to tune into her. She's working. I don't want to distract her. She's working. She's great. Yeah, she's in grapefruit. Yeah, my grapefruit shit. Grapefruit, 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 grape-efruit. These are all different versions of personalities that I could summon up because I know them. I know them damn well. And I used to see them all the time. I don't anymore. Now they go out and do things somehow related to tracking down whatever the fuck happened on Christmas Eve 2021. She says she says she's very glad that she's alive because now she gets to see the power of God laying waste to her enemies, and she gets to giggle. And she says she's very grateful. Honey, you're welcome. I don't really mind so much that she's been out of my life. Well, excuse me. She's been not here physically present for 3.5 years or so. And at first, that was kind of a bummer. And at second and third, it's a real bummer. Except not right now, because for one thing, I smell like absolute hot country breakfast garbage. And I'm covered in like this weird sheen, right? And I'm not real feeling sexy at the moment. And I don't know if I'm on the stuff that would amplify my sexy or if just make me unable to get hard and babble like a blue streak while shivering and shaking and looking weird. Funny thing about these military grade fuck me chemicals. They have a variety of combinations. And I don't know jack or shit about how to make them or mix them together and put them together. A lot of people do, and then I don't know. I don't part of that. I'm not part of that scene. I haven't been able to run around town and meet up with people at Lodge House A and Reptile House B and Cozy Country Cushing Cunty Kitchen. I don't get to go out because people are scared of me. Apparently I have a reputation for all kinds of things, up to and including, he knows how to make the stuff. I don't. He knows how to... I don't. But I do know that people do certain things that I didn't know. And wow, some of those I don't want to learn how to do. While still others, I'm going to need to learn how to do like fast. Well, not fast, but I need to know how to make them in a hurry, or rather, how to create the effect quickly so that I don't have to sit around, waiting for the water to boil. It's not that difficult to change this stuff from one to another. But what is extraordinarily important is to have permission. Without permission, it's an entirely different mental experience. Imagine hiding. Imagine ducking down behind the shelves. Imagine the fear that you might get caught. Whoa, what did you hear? What'd you hear? That extra level of heightened awareness, alertness, hypervigilance. For one thing, there's a difference between hypervigilance and on guard. Like right now, I'm always hypervigilant because I walked into a box candy ambush and my sweetie turned into a gorgon. More on that later. And I still don't have what? And no one has been able to tell me jack or shit. I know exactly why. I've learned so much more about all the people that I used to know and still do know and may one day again know. I've had what appeared to be a woman with purple hair astrally project herself into my bedroom and sleep on my side of my bed as if kind of like curled up like a dog. I don't know what that means, but I liked her. She's cute. She's cool. I'm not super like fond of her because, well, apparently she's married. Because when I first met her, I didn't meet her. She was working down at the, I'm gonna say Higgly Piggly, and the first time I saw her, she was like walking alongside this guy who looked like a dragonkin bounty hunter, and it was as though he had her on a leash of smacked up proportions, and he was all grinning, and she was all smacked up. I don't know if he had just if he had found her, or if he had created her out of a, I have no idea, but he seemed like real thrilled that he had found her and was walking her around with some sort of mental domination spell where she's like real real smacked out. Now I don't know what the fuck if that was I don't know, a parade, a demonstration, a celebration, a victory lap, I don't know. But when I saw this a while ago, it was peculiar that it was peculiar that she was just blotted out, stoned on Thorazine or something, and he was all grinning. She looked cute. She still is cute. She's super cute. And I didn't know if that meant that he had just won her in a prize, or if he was offering her for sale, or if she was a runaway that he had brought back, or if she was somehow linked to my identity in some way, as if she was a woman who was in a different phase of reality set 5 minutes in the future, or 23 minutes in the future. Max Headroom was set 23 minutes in the future. That shit happens, yo. There's different places of reality where the timeline of events will change, and then the speed of time will change. It gets real weird, and I try not to think about that very much because I don't want to have my mind filled with all these entities. Okay, I also didn't know. I don't really want my bedroom filled with astral projections of women who, not half dog and not half woman, but I'm gonna say fae. But yeah, she's a fairy. Okay, and then obviously that's a little weird, right? So why she was a good catch before, and why she had to be apparently looking like she was stoned out of her mind on drugs, and walking kind of dazedly next to this guy who seemed real pleased and happy to have her. I can imagine why. Shit, if he would, for one thing, if that's his job, that puts a whole new spin on this whole town. Like if there are renegade fae that you can go out in the woods and catch with magical traps. Okay, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to stay here then. And I can see how that's something that people would not want to talk too much about. Oh, my friend says, he says you might as well just use his name now. No, he didn't say that out loud, right? But because he's thinking about me, I don't know why. I guess he's at work, and then he can hear me. What a bastard. I can't hear him. He can hear me. But that hardly seems fair. He's in Germany. He can hear me. Bastard. Oh, he's giggling at that. He says he's been listening to me for years. Okay. So he hears me, right? So there's a triangular connection between him and me, and a spot where I just make shit up and I yell it at him. When I said that, he heard that, right? He heard what I just said. And then he said whatever he said. I didn't hear what he said. I heard a halfway backmass thing that was combined with something that I instantly found myself imagining would be funny, that could be said to him, that I didn't say at all, that he didn't hear, but the one that he did say was mixed with the one that I didn't say, and then I heard both of those, and somehow this manages to work a little bit. It usually works with a little less of me getting high as balls, sitting here half naked, well, naked from the waist down, vaping. I ran out of beer, which is cool. I don't really like alcohol. I don't really like using drugs to excess, but what I do like is doing it appropriately. Now, I don't really know why one day or another I think to myself, oh, I should do that. Sometimes it's an obvious thing, like, well, I'm bored. Ran out like a year and a half ago, and I can go get some. Except that doesn't happen anymore. It used to be that I didn't have my life filled with people who were working in the investigative industries, changing identities, both on text channels and voice channels and German channels. It didn't used to be that there were dudes in Europe who were trying to find people who have been impersonating themselves as me in recent memory with people who don't use me anymore as their online persona, but now do someone else that I used to know, and they have this weird kind of half. It's bizarre, and the reason why this is happening is because there's some people who are trying to get away, both with their malfeasances and some spoils, also women. It's pretty disturbing what is done with women when they're captured. I don't know what it looks like, but having seen my friend who actually projected into my bedroom and is a dog, she's really cute, right? She really is. I've never seen her as a dog in person, but certainly there's something going on. Okay, I don't know what's going on, and no one's going to tell me, because I'd say about half the people I've ever known my entire life are somehow at this moment hearing a copy of what I'm saying. It's 15:22 in the afternoon on Thursday, July 31st. Shout out to Sky. It's his birthday sometime around here. I don't know who any of these people are, because I can't be bothered to keep them straight in my head. I just hear I sense a low murmur of excitement and barely constrained shrieks of horror, since what I'm saying to some people should never be said. Oops. Okay, well, good thing they can change the channel. Ha 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 ha. Or they're horrified because what I'm saying is something they didn't know that I knew. Like, what do you mean he knows? Oh, there's one there. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello. I'll have to take this call. Oh, that was delightful. Oh. Who we got here?
This is just one big manipulation going on here. And you also...
This is just one big manipulation going here. So, I don't like getting high as balls and trying to talk. As you can see, it doesn't work so well. Additionally, I thought I was going to do like a 5-minute thing and speak about what I was going to come up with after the theme music, which is not really my theme music. I still have never talked to Ben Stiller. I haven't talked to anybody who knows about Ben Stiller. I don't know anything about how licensing works, for real. I don't know if Ben Stiller's back from Ukraine. I haven't talked to Jerry Stiller. Shit, I'm not going to wake him up. He's dead, I think. And then I'm not in a position to take boatloads of drugs and communicate with the dead and keep that all straight, because, number one, I don't have boatloads of drugs. Number two, I don't want to go insane. I don't want to create portals through time and space that cause problems. I don't want to mess things up for people unless they've been running around with my name, stealing stuff, taking things, getting away, jumping through, whatever the fuck they've been doing. Then I want to mess them up. Right? If somebody's thinking that they had a great idea, oh, I know. I'm going to clone grapefruit and then put this other girl's consciousness in there and then put them both in the body of a dog. And then the dog and I are going to jump through a portal and we're going to go to a world where they have dogs and cats living together. It's a great place. And then I'm going to take the two people and take them apart and put one in a cat and put the other one in a turtle. And then, like people are that fucking crazy. It's not really crazy to speak about doing such things. It's the kind of thing that a person can do in the mind. And in the mind, well, yeah, you can imagine a lot of things. Like, I can barely understand anything from people who think about me, because I'm not telepathic. No. But if I suddenly am distracted by somebody thinking about me, and I can tell that they're burbling through my head, what that means is that, okay, well, they're listening to me live. Apparently a lot of people can't do that. Oh, joy. And I can't listen to people live, but I can get a sense if I like them. Whatever. She said, wow. She says she thinks I'm cute too, but she's married, and she's married to, she's married to a guy who likes me too, and she wants to know if I want to have a doggy bow wow 3-way, which I don't know if I want to, but right now I want to pause for a moment for station identification. Oh, and say, is that a thing? Wow. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that really? She's giggling. Okay, that's cool. I have not met many of the Fae, and I do not plan to since, well, I don't know. I'd rather just go down to Fraggle Rock than talk to him in my head, since I can imagine that can get out of hand pretty quickly. Additionally, whoever provided this formulation, they apparently did not want me to be as on the ball as I had been in the past, since I don't know exactly the details, but whatever one this one is, this is the one that's much more likely to drive me batshit insane if used for a long period of time, especially smoked, than something that is more, say, real. Now, I don't know what they put in it. I don't know why they put it in it. Actually, I do know why. These people are pissed. They have a problem with getting away with stuff because they have to. They can't be caught. They can't be reasoned with. They can be bought, but they've already been bought. They work for either private security, or they work for armies, or they work for Mrs. Paul. Like, who the fuck knows? They have various skills and abilities that are gained by years of being a mercenary, and they travel between the shadow zones. I mean, shit. It's what some people do, especially in this part of the world. Now, I didn't know that life was this exciting, and for the most part, it's not going to be that exciting for me. I don't get to do that kind of shit. I'm not that kind of boy. Okay. However, when somebody says, "Okay, Jake, you gotta stop," like, holy fuck, like, what why? What are you, fucking King George? Hail, sir. He's cool, but he's not talking very often. I don't believe King George would. Is that his name? Charles. Holy shit, I am high. See, this stuff is not at all appropriate for me. So that's why I thought I'd babble into the phone for a while. Clearly, people were imagining that I wanted to acquire something because A, oh, I want to work and talk on the phone. Or B, I want to get something so I can go get laid. Or C, I don't have to buy food. I don't want to have to buy food. I have to buy food because nobody brings it to me, and I don't have any girls around whose succulent juices I can absorb through my mucous membranes while cuddling with them, which is probably for the best, honestly. I wouldn't advise against going on a strong 100% girl diet, but some of the flavors of saliva that are available these days are really quite immensely. God, I've been alone too long. So anyway, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but all of the women that I've imagined ever seeing again, I've seen just as much of them in the last 3.5 years as I did ever, which is to say none. Like little glimpses, little thing. Partially this is because nobody knows what STD I might be carrying, or if any. There's this classified biowarfare military tripartite STD creating judo weapon. This is a fucked up thing. Nobody knows if I have one part of it or all of it, or if I have the first part that activates it. That's because when sweetie, can I talk? Oh, she says if I don't tell too much, she's okay with that. Okay, this is the woman who went away to a trip, came back and said, "You made me go," and I said, I said some things that were negative. I got kind of irritated because I remember it this way: 3.5 hours on the phone over 2 nights. She never said why, and I kept on going, saying why, and then she, oh God, I wish I could hear it again, but I can't. It's gone. I don't want to remember what the deal was. It might have been some sort of magic spell. It might have been some sort of attempt to blackmail or to bamboozle. But in any case, she apparently had to go because she was being coerced in some way. Or she wanted it to appear that she was being coerced. Or I don't know. but it would seem that a bunch of people went there, and I was only aware of one of them, and all of those people have since been having problems in their own respective timelines. I don't talk to them much. I don't get to see them. I don't know all these people. Shit, no. But it would seem that somebody thought it would be a great idea to take my life and duplicate it through various forms. I don't know how that duplication works, but I do know that this lovely haunted church that I'm living in, you call it living, it's my actual residence, but it's owned by, well, I don't know, because there's the trust, and there's the land, and then there's the mineral rights, and there's the entity that owns the house down by the road, which may or may not be the same one, and the property lines, and the it can be anything that is wanted at any given time, because the whole thing is set up that way so they can be dialed up. It's the ultimate in clandestine camouflage. I don't have access to this kind of shit. I'm not a person who can dial up the number of the beast and move from place to place at will. I don't want to be. Right now, I don't want anything other than to not sound too stupid and then drink some water, because I don't like getting high like this. The reason why I'm like this is because somebody decided that this is what I needed, rather than whatever the fuck it else was. Now, since I don't have any control or mercy or power or ability to change this stuff back and forth, I assume that there'd be a way to filter out whatever the cut, whatever the version is. Like, I guess it's complicated. I don't know jack or shit about it. Well, that's not true. I don't know anything about it that makes any sense, nor do I want to talk about it out loud. But rather than be cool and say, no, dude, you can't have any more because we're using your mental identity on the astral plane. 7 doors down. So if you get high, that messes up the story for the guy who's stealing things and trying to get away from things down on the other planets. Oh, did I tell you we do that? Like, they don't tell me they do that. Nobody tells me they do that. But apparently it causes troubles for those who are up to things and stuff when I do things like get high or fall in love or self-pleasure myself to a high max apex ejaculatory orgasm. My friend, the other one, really? Okay, Morn says I'm very good at it. Really? Oh, that's very kind to say. I'm pretty sure Morn is gay. I don't really care if he is. He's my friend. I think he's probably. Oh, he says he's pan-omnisexual. Okay, I don't get to fucking do anything with it. He's in Germany. He works on important stuff, up to and including other people's penises, I think, probably. And then I've known him off and on. Not at all. I used to be on a forum with him years ago. On a forum, we used to use similar communications places, and unbeknownst to me, over the years, somebody else made friends with him and claimed to me. Wow. I wonder if that was cool. Oh, Morn says that was very definitely not cool. Oh, and Morn says he's very happy to know that I'm not that person because the other guy's an ass. Well, thank you. Yeah. So my identity has been passed around like fucking frog through a blender. Ribbit. Nobody told me this shit. Not in 2006 when I met this woman, and she was like, "Oh, you love me? Hang on." And then she would log on. She logged off and logged back on. And she's like, "Okay." Now, I didn't think that she was going to act like I was so stupid as I did not know what was going on. But I don't know if she is or isn't. And then I don't care. I don't mind. I care for that person because, number one, they're my Jew nigger now. They stole from me. They lied to me. They got in all kinds of and apparently they got themselves all in various ways in places that I've never been to or ever heard of. Then I don't want to know about because apparently it was a real problem and involved rescuing people and changing people's names and going through a goddamn big lot of stuff because somebody decided to be funny to switch nameplates around and conversations around and think a person was talking to one person when they're actually talking to another. I guess they did that a lot. I don't think it's that funny, but I would imagine that if a person had the ability to do that over and over and over and create these patterns of behavior that led to something like how it happened on the Christmas Eve ambush, which I really need a better name. I still don't know what the fuck exactly happened, but I do know that all of the relationships of the people who knew me before the ambush that involved people who were ostensibly my friends. I would say they're my friends, but they were a bit more of my friends than I knew at the time, since they were also using my name to buy and handle drugs, use my name to launder money, use my name to get away with murder, all kinds of shit. Apparently, my name was used a lot when I didn't know, and the pattern of characters that we did, I guess, it spread out all over the place in ways that were unforeseen. And then when I walked in on the Gorgon, in some way I do not understand and possibly never will, has caused all holy hell to fucking break out already. So I can see why I'm not being told what's happening. I can see why I don't get updates from people sometimes. I can see why it's awkward to discuss things with me when I'm not usually always a calm, mildly spoken, half-naked bald man with 3 days growth of beard and teeth that I haven't brushed in 8 weeks. And I don't have a hunger for vengeance or a thirst for blood. It's more of a yearning demand for fire. These people have got to be stopped. There's been some stuff that has happened, and then I don't know what. I'm not clear to know that stuff. My friend says it's been pretty fucking funny, and I'm not at work with him. I just sit in the damn house. If I want to go anywhere, I have to walk. If I want to go anywhere interesting, I got to walk 4 miles. I don't have any friends nearby. Friends don't come visit. And when I leave here to go anywhere, after a while, when the coast is clear, because I'm, of course, tracked, somebody from one of the houses around here will come down here and then do I don't know what, pretending to be me, and then they will interact with people, places I don't know, and act as if they're me, hi, and do things to other people in ways that involve energy, crystalline power, and shice porn, which I don't consider to be negative, but good God, man, this has been going on for years. And now it's going on, a lot more fun because apparently this messes up with people when some people don't realize that if they're using my name without permission and I don't have any idea that this is happening. I usually don't. I never do, in fact. I've never run into anybody who seems to be me except for, oh God. It seems to be mostly women that I used to have my penis inside. They seem to be upset with me because they thought it would be safe for themselves to use my identity everywhere they wanted. It's Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. They thought it'd be nice to form a gang where it's 6 women, maybe, and then some warlock dude, and then they thought I had it made. They were rotating identities, and then one of them was me all the time, and they were passing back and forth, woo, woo! Thank you, Mr. Roccavano, in the movie, was it Wise Guy? Joe Piscopo, and a long time ago. Do you see here how my mind is bouncing all over the place? Okay, this doesn't usually happen. I'm not on a super amount of drugs. I keep thinking about my friends, I'm not going to say her name. My mind is not focused. This is not what's supposed to happen. The reason why it's happening this way is because whoever decided for me what I was going to do, they thought, well, okay, I don't want him to do it anymore because that makes it inconvenient for my stealing his identity. And I don't want him to talk to people and tell them anything at a high rate of speed. So I'm going to put in something that makes the sweat come out even worse smelling than before. I don't know what the fuck, but I smell bad. 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 They didn't say to me things like, okay, Jack, so here's what's happening. I have a global authority to handle drug trades transactions. And so for the military, I can tell you that, yeah, your request for a purchase was occupied, but you're not getting the real thing. You're getting this fucked off concoction that's going to make you smell terrible and sound like an idiot and let you talk to your friends in Germany and who owns a dog and they want to have sex with you. Nobody told me that, no. But the upshot of this is that, well, thanks, that guy gave it to me. And then even better, it took hours. Like I made a phone call at like 1 p.m. Hours go by. Fucking 4 a.m. Okay. Now that's not really a problem. And plus, I don't really mind, since I'm grateful to anybody who wants to help me, especially somebody who's brilliant enough to think that he knows what the fuck I'm doing or what I want. Because of course he wants to get close to people and cuddle. He wants to smell good. He wants to be able to talk and not sound like I'm an idiot. He wants to, I don't know, he thinks that I want to save my girl. I don't even know anymore. But I know that he doesn't want me to describe details of events that have happened both in the past and in the present in any kind of detail, because he's already got other people telling lies about me under my name in various places, hooked up through bot fleets that are already pre-programmed, that believe this and believe that and believe that. And he doesn't know what the fuck I've been doing. He has no idea. He's just running around making approximations of me. Thanks. And it would be helpful for him, he thinks, that I don't get to do certain things, like get high as balls and fuck women. He doesn't want me to do that at all. Oh, shit, no. Apparently, any woman who wants to fuck me, he wants to get in the way and get them. As I said, I call around 1 hours ago, 4 a.m. and he shows up, and like, okay. Gee, I wonder what he's doing for all those hours. I wonder what it takes to take one thing and move it to another. How long might it take to change it from one thing and add some stuff? Let me tell you, it takes like 30 seconds. So what that means is, guy went out, got the real thing. I don't know what the real thing costs. He's supposed to. I mean, this is a transaction and a trade and a barter system that's authorized. The military uses this stuff all the time. There's bunches of different kinds of it. Good. The military needs them. There's guys who need army in a can. Nothing wrong with it. I don't mind being able to control myself. I do mind a bunch of rowdy, loud assholes who like to steal things and abuse people and get away with it, using my identity and drugs that they blame on me to do whatever the fuck they want and think they're going to be king high, and then they get mad at me when my schedule doesn't fit their schedule. Shut up, Jake! When did you smoke lith last? Like, what the fuck? What's it to you? Oh, you're a criminal, and you monitor my movements, and if I get whacked out high and it's a different kind of thing that they're expecting, I guess that causes problems for their goddamn whatever the fuck. I guess that's too fucking bad. I guess it is, yeah, since typically what keeps people in line is that this is illegal. Okay, so it's not illegal. Not for me. It would be illegal. Well, illegal. Abuse would be unlawful, and well, it gets kind of a hazy thing, and that's good because I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. The large percentage of what I'm doing is not experimentation, but I'm doing research about certain key fundamental issues that have come up since this kind of thing's been going on all the time. Sure, there's a drug trade. Sure, there's people doing it. The people who do it without permission, ooh, they can get into some big trouble based into what can happen when a person who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing starts dishing out stuff and mixing around and isn't aware that the military is keenly interested in certain things and knows one fuck lot more about how these things work than others. Okay? I don't know that data. I would like to learn that data, because if the people who know how to do this stuff are as bad at it as it seems, well, I would appreciate being on that list of people, especially since I think that the person who decided that he was going to take a long time, take my money, and go get something, and then split it apart and make one version into whatever this is. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I haven't been cheated, but it seems unfair that this guy who knows about my life, or multiple people, it seems unfair that these people know all this stuff, know all about my life, have me fucked off it alone in the fucking house, where there's no car. They act like they're in charge of things, and even though it probably didn't take very long to mix this stuff together, I wasn't invited. Oh no, I don't get to know things. Huh? I wonder why. Oh yeah, because if I knew certain things, then I guess I would be able to conceivably learn how to move from one thing to another without getting help, and I would also be able to avoid the outcome where, hey, I didn't really want to be like a roundabout person who's unable to keep a straight focus, like right there. Yeah, I don't have to talk like this. I also don't have to take meth, and I didn't take meth. More specifically, I don't have to smoke it. However, this is the key part. Most people who do this stuff all the time, they never get to smoke it. Smoking it is very illegal for certain people because they run around and they solve crimes. They traffic women. They guard magical jewels on trips. I don't know, but there's a lot of different things that a person who needs to be awake do. I read that in the World War II they gave it to fighter pilots. I mean, if you can fly a plane on it, cool. You should be able to do just about anything better on it if you can fly a plane. Okay, but the problem is that there's lots of different versions. I don't have the kind that I don't want to fly a plane on this, right? Oh, fuck no. I could barely keep my mind off of this person who, I'm pretty sure she exists. I don't know where she is. I don't know anything about her other than some other guy on the internet suggests that I rather go outside and find someone else rather than talk to her again. So I don't know how I'm going to find another person who does astrally project into my house and be on my bed, curled up as a dog. I don't know if that was a real thing. I don't know if that was an illusion. I haven't had a chance to ask them since I don't see them very often, since the place where they work at, well, for one thing, meeting people at work is kind of awkward. And I don't have a car. And why am I being isolated like this so that all this shit can happen? Well, gosh, I guess it's so that a bunch of people can run around and do stupid shit. And I don't get to come along. I don't get to know. I don't get to participate. And apparently, I don't get to be exposed to things that are useful, right? Apparently, somebody decided, well, we don't want him to do this anymore, so put this in there and make it so he's got it fucking complete. Okay, well, I didn't ask for that, right? Now, the answer to that is that, well, I just won't, talk to that person anymore. And oddly enough, it would seem that it's better for some people to give a different person a different story than it is to just simply block my number. Although certainly blocking numbers is an option. Although I guess that's off. It gets complicated when there's a whole lot of shit going on in the background. Now, what people don't realize is that since I didn't want to run around having sex, and I didn't want to run around smelling good, fuck no. I didn't want to do anything except Well, find out what happened when somebody found out that he got more, and then discovered, well, I'm just sitting here blazing. Not really. It looks like that, perhaps, but I don't. It doesn't take much. I don't want much. I like having a low tolerance. It's cool. I don't like feeling like a bleh, right? And I didn't know that what was going to happen is that somebody was going to decide that instead of saying, no, you can't, they were going to go and get some thing to cut down into this one and another one, which presumably was something that they had shitloads of fun with for hours on the way to here. Now, I imagine that this is supposed to make me feel bad. Why did I get to come? Oh, I know why. I don't want to see who was there. I don't want to know how they did what they did. I don't want to hear. I don't like it when he talks fast and he just. I don't like the way he did it. I don't want to hear their complaining. I don't give a shit what they want. Since obviously they didn't care what I wanted, and further, they apparently seem to think that. What a cool show. Okay, so we want to have sex, and we want. So we're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff, and we're gonna make it into a sex party. Yeah, and then we're gonna have a bunch of sex. Yeah, and then we're gonna wait many hours, and then finally show up at like 4 a.m. and here you go. And okay, well, still not having sex. Haven't had to. What's the word I'm looking for? Pleasure myself to masturbatory self apex max orgiastic ejaculatory orgasm. Yeah. Haven't done that since I'm not really interested in getting laid. I mean, frankly, I'd like to find out which STD I was exposed to in 1989 on purpose. I'd like to find out which one I was exposed to in 2020. She comes back from the trick. She says, he raped me. You forced me to go. You deserve to be raped. And then we had sex. That's not exactly what happened. Oops. Oh, hey, did you hear me say that? Good, I won't say it again. I nobody ever asked whether or not I had had coitus or coital or sexual relations with that woman. SMM. There was a bunch of them, right? So she comes back, and I don't know how or when or why or if it really happened. I never got the whole story. She comes back, she's like surprised that she had a bad time. She could barely boil water to make tea, if that. And well, it was nice to see her. I didn't really know if I'd ever see her again. Sometimes that happens. And apparently, not all of them did come back, since I guess there's still a whole bunch of women of that type in Texas. Whether or not they were generated out of a kaleidoscope of energies, or if they climbed out of a frog in the blender, or where they came out, I have no idea, because I'm not friends, I am friends with the people. There are people in the world who have access to that kind of telemetry. They can follow phone records. They would not tell me what they know, because that can compromise ongoing cases, and it can make people complicated. And since I'm obviously a person who says all kinds of shit whenever I want, much to the chagrin of people who are trying to get away with their malfeasances, it seemed unfair to me that people who had no goddamn business tell me what to do, especially since they weren't doing much for me other than stealing my shit and keeping me on lockdown. Like, these are not good things to do to a person if they want to be following the law. But oh no, these people want to be following the law. They think they're in charge. They think that they own this house. Whatever. It's kind of hard to say who owns a house. Possession is tied against the law. I will say that this house is definitely the location of my fecal matter. Quite a pile of it, too. So it'd be hard for somebody to get rid of me and then move in and then say, No, this is my house. Michael Kuczi, he didn't live here. Oh, no. This one's where Michael Kuczi lives. So those of you who are wondering, why is he shitting out the porch? It's to provide proof of identity, proof of ownership. I used to have the deed to the house. Get this, deed was stolen. The envelope with the deed in it, I had not opened the envelope. Right? It came in the mail. I was like, cool. I didn't open it. I didn't know what it said, and then I knew that it was only one of 3 deeds, or not only, but I knew there were multiple deeds, because there's multiple houses, and then there's a house down there. They mix it all up because they're smart. Trust law is brilliant. I'm not going to become a lawyer, but I have learned a great deal about how things work. And when I got that deed in the mail, I called up. I left a message for the trustee, and I said, "Hey, got the deed in the mail? Do I need to do anything with it?" And he was non-committal. Here's why. It's bullshit. It's just one. It could be anything at any given time. I stuffed it in a envelope and put it somewhere for safekeeping. And in the many times the house has been home invaded, things were taken away, things were brought in. It was a carnival of flurry of bullshit. And mysteriously, the computer that hasn't been plugged in for years, that has a copy of the New Zealand mosque shooting on it. They didn't steal that computer. The envelope that had the deed in it, or appeared to rather, since I never opened it, it hadn't been stolen. But when I went to go look at it to see what was in it, it was no longer a deed. It was just a bullshit home residence insurance policy. Somebody had slipped open the plastic, and there wasn't a deed inside. No. It had the name and the address. But it's not a deed, which meant that somebody replaced whatever the documents were before, replaced it with something else that was made to look like a deed from the outside. But when I looked at it closely, I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And knowing as I did when I saw the deed, and then when I mentioned to the trustee, hey, what do you want to do with this deed? And he didn't care. I knew what that meant. It's fungible. It's temporary. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that I'm in the house with my shit that has been broken into and invaded by people who are allied with the people who own the house, which is why they're not in trouble for stealing, except they really are, except they're not really reported. And then with 6 or 5 it's intentionally made to be ridiculous on purpose. The reason for this is because there are people who are trying to get away. One Michael Kuczi. Oh, no. Fuck, I have no idea how many Michael Kuczis there are. And whatever the fuck the police have been doing, well, here's the problem. I told them, hey, this is happening. They didn't give a shit. They hate me. I'm a drug user. Ooh. I abuse drugs. Ooh. I use the meh. Not really. I use whatever the hell I feel like because I don't have any drug addictions at the moment. I don't want to generate any drug addictions at the moment, and I don't believe I'm abusing any drugs. Further, I don't think that I'm abusing any people who are trying to use my etheric astral plane identity to fucking get away with things by jumping over fucking fences and fucking using a copy of the Michael Jackson Kuczi fucking Earth Soul Trust in Denmark or whatever the fuck these people do. Apparently, if I get high as balls and act like, I guess it doesn't mess up things too much, but it does mess up things a little bit. I guess though when I say things that make a lot of sense and are extraordinarily explosive, like, yeah, when she came back, we had sex once. Then she took off with the computer that I had bought her for Christmas. And I didn't see her for a long time because she was up on the other side of the Puget Sound dealing with people in whatever fashion she did and downloading software from a special server to install on the laptop that I got her. I had thought that we were going to use the laptop to do some sort of, production. She instead came back and did I don't know what after having sex with me once. It was lovely. I love her. I do. Thank God she's fine. She really, she says she's great. She said, she says I saved the world. No shit. Okay, so apparently I have the thing that she got, but she didn't get it. Oh, Christ. She says she's got, are you kidding me? Oh my God. She says they gave her 3 different military spec bioweapons. No, I'm not. Okay, fine. She says she got 2 in the poop and 1 in the chute. What? No. She's giggling now. It's very nice to hear her giggling rather than screeching at me and saying terrible things. It really is. And it's also really lovely to know that, I'm not making this up. I don't know how exactly these things work at all, but I do know that nobody really expected me to start taking blah again, because apparently somebody had been told that I had agreed to some sort of deal where, okay, well, if you stop doing that for 50 days, we'll let you meet this girl. Okay, I don't remember any such conversation. None. Never in my life do I. 50 days seems like a strange number. It seems like a bargain. Or it seems like some sort of agreement. I never had any kind of agreement. I just ran out. I don't use it that often when I have it. I mean, I'm not like... For a while, I was very visibly, since the house is under surveillance, and I wanted people to know, specifically the people who had been told that, he's got a problem. Yeah, he gets crazy. He's got a fetish. He likes to hide in a closet and needle up and then jump out and turn unwilling lesbians into hetero cocksaurs. That's his thing. Yeah, he waits till they fall asleep and then he jumps out like he's Michael Pence with the vision. And then he turns them into heterosexuals, and they're his dominant love whore forever. Apparently, I would say maybe not forever, but that's, I guess, one of those things that can be done with this stuff. Probably not the stuff that I got, because this stuff isn't doing much besides making me. So I didn't really want to smoke, right? Especially since when it's breathed out, right, it's wasteful. It doesn't last as long. It works differently. It causes problems. It comes on in a way that is a problem. And so most people who have a tendency to use this stuff on a regular basis, they've got special rules where they can't do this, they can't do that. And I am told, have been told by people who don't really identify themselves, Jack, what are you doing? I'm doing what I've been told. Somebody came by after they had told me on the phone, stop! I'm like, okay. Because that's what I do, frankly. It's not that hard for me to stop. But I have to be told to, and I have to feel like it. Certainly if I run out, well, I got to stop. But I'm not the kind of person who, oh my God, I ran out, I got to get more. Similarly, I don't have any cigarettes. I don't have to get more. I don't care. There's this thing called the addictive response, that addiction. Anyway, I don't really respond to that kind of thing. It doesn't get its hooks into me, and just about anybody can learn how to fix that. But the other thing that helps is that I don't run around taking opiates. I don't run around taking cocaine. Those are a little more addictive than most things. I don't typically use caffeine. I don't use lots of alcohol. I don't abuse things. And on top of that, I get an extraordinarily large amount of satisfaction and personal happiness from acting like a complete and total spurred off drug abusing moron. Blah! Since obviously what I'm saying is it's exactly what a person who is in denial and uses shitloads of drugs would say. Okay, well, I'm not in denial. I'm in awe at the nature and the process and the timeline of what the fuck these people have been doing. Since I haven't been told jack or shit about exactly what's going on. After oh God, I can't even I don't even want to think about the timeline narrative. But she went away, and then she had to do stuff, and then she had to do stuff. And when she came back from her trip, she was being encouraged to no longer spend time with me by men who thought it would be best for her to go spend time with them and for her to use the computer that I got her for her birthday in their presence up at the other side of the Puget Sound. It takes a while to get from my house in Seattle to the other side of the Puget Sound. You got to get on a boat. It takes a while unless you can like secure a flying car or a portal or transport by holodeck, I guess. I don't know. There are these people who have been manipulating the presence and identity and awareness of who I like in ways that I find to be rather abhorrent. For example, I don't have a car right now. I could go buy one, but I did buy several. And the people who took them, they don't want to give them back. I can't figure it. Don't they know that they're mine? Oh, yeah, they fucking know. But what they also know is that they need to know where I am at any given time so that I don't accidentally run into some fucking criminal mastermind douchebag who's been polymorphed, hologrammed, Fisher-Price insta-viewered. I don't fucking know. I know a little bit, but I don't know how it works at all. They got dudes running around looking like me. What could go wrong, right? Apparently, since people think that they can do that and get away with it in impunity, they do get to do that. And then people who are on the take from the feds who are looking at fucking everything, I don't know what they're doing, but boy, it sure takes a long time. But they're not really looking at shit for me. They don't give a fuck about me. Hang on. Oh, Morn says he's the only person in the building that cares about me. Really? Yeah, I figured as much. Well, thank you. It'll be a long time before I get to go to Germany because I guess Morn was like chatting and chilling with somebody named Jackstar, and he says 5 fucking years. 5 Jesus. I don't know if that's true. I can't confirm that. Later on, if I see Morn, you know what'll happen? He'll be like and then change the subject because that's the rule I've found. I've been having these weird cross-dimensional parallel life conversations a lot, and to pin somebody down and say, "Hey, did you say this? Did you say that?" It doesn't work very well, largely because, in spite of its lunacy, it really is what I'm doing. I'm talking to my friend in Germany in my head. Hello, my baby. Hello. I like him a lot. He's cool. I've never been able to have too much of a friendship with him because he's been busy having a friendship with some fucking robot synthetically artificially version of me that was run by some creepo spaghead ferglord. I don't know what that means, but that's what he says it is. Creepo spaghead ferglord. Now, I don't know if that's exactly true. And because the subconscious mind is incredibly useful and God is lovely and God loves fags now. I worked on God. I leaned on God. I love God. I explained to God, okay, so this is why fags and gays are like this. I don't know much about the queer world. I don't mind, right? But because of reasons that started a long time ago, I deliberately led people to believe that I'm afraid of cock. I'm not. I'm obsessed with cock. Oh, no. Obsessed with cock. I was obsessed with finding out, hey, how do these drugs work? How come there's this? How come there's this one? Where's that one? What do these drugs do? Blah, blah, blah. Some people know all about these things. Others just know all about the cock. I don't get to know certain things because this information is covered and contained and shared very carefully. Since the military has discovered over years that if they can control what people know about how things work, it makes it a lot easier for the magic to happen. Like, you know how to make a version of whatever that when smoked, oh my God, it's terrible compared to what you're supposed to be doing. I don't like injecting it necessarily either. So I don't have points. I don't have a scale. I don't want to do these things all the time, right? I could just swallow it, but a person has to get the kind that works when you swallow it, and then a person has to realize there's the part that works when the person is the inception into it, and then there's a part that works when it's just in there at all. And these different ROIs and routes of administration, and these different kind of combinations, I'm not encouraged to find out more about them than I already have, because obviously I know too much about everything. I know. What's her name? Space. I know she's doing something somewhere about something. I know we had sex when she got back. And I know she apparently has been informed that she got some sort of tripartite thing that works like the explosive weapon in Die Hard 2, where you put it together and then it's volatile. Okay, see how I can't talk about these things for a while? That's because some bright guy decided it'd be a good idea to take my money, go make himself up a bunch of fuck me dope, and go have sex with a bunch of girls, and then make me wait for a long time, and then not tell me any of this, and then not say anything about what I should do, and then go away. I guess he thought he was pretty cool. I guess he thought he was too. I think he is cool. It would seem to me that if he wanted me to behave in a way that's different, number one, he could just stop selling me things. Although I guess if he wanted to control my behaviors in any way, that would be awkward, since I don't have to put up with this guy's bullshit. I just like him. Plus, it's not even necessarily him. He's got a partner. Plus, he's got a dude. There's all these levels to the arrangement. Right? I don't get to associate with those things. Oh no. They got a guy that looks like me that they associate with. They do fun things with him. Apparently, I'm not fun. Apparently, I refuse to follow orders. And apparently, I'm unreliable. Yeah, you're goddamn right, motherfucker. You don't rely on me to fucking help your fucking friends or whatever the fuck they are. You don't fucking use me to fucking cover your shit and not tell me. You don't tell me that it's going to be 3 hours. Okay, and then you don't mention part of that few hours was you could, I'll give you the shitty one that you're not supposed to smoke. That'll learn you. No, it won't, actually. The reason why I'm smoking things is because I was told to. Not because it works better or less. Not because, dude, what do you care? Oh, that's right. He cares because he's not allowed to. So why should I get to have fun if he can't? These people have minds of toddlers. They do. And it's not bad. It's actually kind of funny, since the people who did this may or may not have known about the other people in the other planes of reality. I can't feel them very well, and I don't want to, thank God. But anybody who has been running around with my shit trying to do things and is inconvenienced by me being high as balls and smoking out. Good. Yeah, I like that. Since I don't need to have sex, I don't need to have, what's the other thing? Jesus, my mind just blanked. I don't need to have a specialized version of stuff that has a RFID chip chemical signature that can be activated through EMF radiation in the parasympathetic nervous system to make me less able to speak, forget words. It's not making me shit my pants right now, but oh, Dusty's crying. Really? No, you're not crying. No. Oh, he really? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, Dusty's pissed. Dusty just heard me say everything that I just said about how it works, and he didn't think I knew that. Dude, we haven't talked lately, have we? Yeah, I'm Jackstar. Yeah, I figure shit out. I don't just know things. I put two and two together, and I do it quickly. And I talk to God. And I have never mind. Go away. So he apparently thought it would be a great idea to fuck me up by arranging me to have. Oh God! Well, it's gross. It's gross. Period. Okay. Don't get me wrong. This stuff does not taste great. The real thing tastes sort of clean. Okay. And I don't know what the real thing is compared to this. I don't know if I have a part of the real thing. I don't know any of these second things because these fucking dudes Well, they push me around, they yell at me, they boss me around, they take my calls, they act like it matters what the fuck I say on, as if the goddamn phone isn't monitored 24/7 by robots. For them, they got a different deal. They can act as if certain conditions of the case are true. They are part of the secret world of Clando spooks. I'm not part of that. I'm the wild and wacky world of throwing a monkey wrench in your fucking plans. Oh, did you not want me to say these things out loud? Well, that's okay. I did not want you to give me a bunch of shit that you think you can control me with. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why not tell me why you think I shouldn't smoke? Oh, well, they can't do that because then the answer is, because I can't. Fuck you. Seriously. It's that simple. I haven't done very much of it in my life, although I gave people the impression that I was like a constant hunter. No. 3 times in my life. This is the third. The first two, the first one, when's it? Oh yeah, first one was shortly after I'd heard that it existed. I was like 23. Like some of you people, you're 12. Okay, I knew that there was a deal with blah blah blah. I didn't know anything about it, what was going on. First time, you'd never heard of it? Oh, I had no idea. I'd go get some if it wasn't so late. I'd just try it. He didn't necessarily sound like he was in belief, but in high school, there was some weird situation with people acting strangely. And before high school, before I was born, there was this weird situation with my parents acting strangely in ways I don't know anything about, nor do I want to know. But suffice to say, there's a lot of ways that this stuff can be passed and bandied about. And there are a lot of people who know a lot more about it than I do. But there's no one who knows more about me than me, since everyone assumed that I was just always on the make. Always. Except I wasn't. I was only ever looking for a certain piece of information, not necessarily reverse engineer classified military information. But I was kind of curious. Hey, how did that person and that other person suddenly become total turbo sluts in like 5 minutes or less after suddenly being, a lot of other people kind of wonder that stuff too. And although I never really thought about it, but apparently a lot of people thought I was to blame. I was involved. I was responsible. I brought the meth. Apparently it's the meth, they think. Sure. It's not really the meth. It's very complicated. The whole thing. It's supposed to be. It's a military secret. I don't want to become a fucking, what do they call them? A monarch controller? I don't want to become one. I don't know what I am, but it's like they turned down a little dial on the control panel, and I get the feeling I should probably talk less, and then I change my mind, and I start changing my mode of speech, and I can talk more. If I was still talking about what I was talking about before, which I currently now can't forget at all, can't remember it all. Jesus, yeah, aphasia. So this stuff is pretty fucking powerful, combined with the combined military might of several generations of brave men and women who fought and died on fields of battle to get exclusive access to the United States government as well as other governments to get this stuff. And it's an ongoing research project for some. Like for some people, they're still trying to figure out, how do you get it to make you horny? Okay, well, I'm not going to say. I'm really not going to say. I don't want to talk about it. Now that I realize that, oh shit, I know all kinds of stuff that these morons don't know. And I know all about the kind of stuff that these people do that I bet they didn't think most people know. Hey, Dusty, I'm going to tell the whole fucking world about it. What do you think? Oh, he's fucking crying again. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it a military secret, or is it a clandestine secret, or is it a underground mafia world secret, or is it is it a composition of spook lord tactics and gray market off-world rules that the human military and the mafiosos who use this stuff all the time don't know yet? Oh, okay, I'll tell them all that. Yeah, why don't I tell organized crime figures? Oh, he just killed himself. That is weird. So, hi, I'm Jackstar. It's 2 minutes past 4:20. I don't get to experience 4:20. I don't get to have friends. People don't come over. I smell like dog shit. That's weird. I get nervous when I talk to certain people, mostly because I know things that they don't know. I know for a variety of reasons. In addition to, I'm not going to say telepathy, but really good guessing and things like knowing the difference between, say, SMM and Kelly Grace, or yeah, that's funny. I started saying names and my mind just instantly blanked. It's not Dusty with the keyboard. No, it's a artificially intelligent algorithm that's designed to monitor what my brain is doing, and there are certain things that they don't want me to talk about, like Devil's Tower, like Whitley Strieber's wife. Hi, Ann. Like oh really? Hi, Whitley. Oh, I love Whitley. So I'm glad he's a listener. A listener, whatever. Fuck. Strength of purpose and strength of wisdom, and the strength of my military backing me allows me to sit here and talk mad shit about anything I want, given that the military has been having their shit pushed in by people who have been using this stuff back and forth, up and down for their entire lives. They don't smoke unless they're going to smoke, because they know which ones do this, which ones do that. They know like the back of their hands because it's built into the whole cookbook for the MK Ultra program. MK Ultra. It's not just sex slaves. It's the entire web of human life that can be addressed with a variety of scintillating effects through a proprietary blend of crystalline matrices, often mistaken for crystal meth. When's the last time you smoked meth? He smokes meth. He's a meth head. Okay, so people, all of those people who sound that way, none of them know jack or shit about what's really going on. Really not. Not one fucking thing. There's lots of urban legends, urban myths. There's people in the environment who know exactly what's going on, and it's their job, their training. When certain conversations come up, they just automatically start dropping bullshit. Which, now that I know that they do that, that's kind of cool. It really is kind of cool. I like the way that the clandestine services of the world operate. Those of you who might have noticed that I seem to know more than the average number of spooks. Well, that's largely because most of them have at one time or another been assigned to watch me or watch somebody else try to kill me and see what I do. Since I'm apparently a hell of a lot of fun to watch deal with certain issues, given my particularly resilient nature when it comes to only using crystal meth of any kind with permission by request. First time I ran into it, I was like, wow, okay. I finished quickly. 3 months. I didn't get to play with the real fun because I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to get the impression that it was bad. Well, it is bad if you don't know what you're doing. People who are trying to fuck with you know you don't know what you're doing. They deliberately want to have you fuck up your life so you can be taken advantage of. And they work together in concert using various techniques to fuck up your life. And then, see, it's the company you keep. You better drop that meth, boy. It's not the chemical. For one thing, I never saw anything close to crystal meth. I guess until yesterday. I don't know. Is this the real one? Wait. Is it supposed to suck? And if it does that mean that there's another one that's really good? Because I remember, wow, that one was good. That was like 2 years. Okay, so there's a big thing going on. People are fighting over blah, 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 blah. None of them know what the fuck they're doing. They're all whacked out on stuff that doesn't work the way they expected. The new formula, I don't know. This is not no formula. I don't know where the new formula is. I'm not a formula guy. I'm not a chemist. I'm a paladin. I work for God. I do things. My sweetie is currently working on something. I don't know what. I don't know. There's this girl who hasn't been back. She says she'd love to, but she can't. She says, so nobody's coming here to have sex with me. No. Nobody's coming here to do anything with me. That's because nobody comes here That's because in here, I have power. Click.